Hello. I just turned 28 and I made a video on my birthday like 2 years ago that I look back and I reflect on, and it's kind of become a ritual. So I want to talk about a few things that either really fuck me up or things I've noticed, things that really bother me, things that I think more people should consider versus your average YouTube video where you're just consuming straight up nonsense about this, comparing yourself to this person, worshiping this person, just the average bullshit. These are some of the things that I want people to consider more. Firstly, I'll start off with a little bit of backstory. Recently, had a couple freak accidents. I guess one with my shoulder on bench press, and specifically some really weird shit that has to do with my intercostal muscle or literal rib cartilage. Some really weird shit, like it hurts when I twist and it hurts when I breathe really deep, and it made me think about these things a lot. Firstly, people take their health for granted so fucking hard. It's not even funny. Your health is your greatest asset, and that's a cliche. But like when I think about it, I can't even go to the gym and do my favorite thing and kind of just doing bullshit, kind of just playing video games, not really having as much fun or enjoyment in my life as I have in the past doing the things that I love. And also, the gym gives me a sense of progress, so I really do miss that. But on a broader societal sense, if you've noticed, a lot of people just utterly skip out on the gym, eat like shit, drink themselves to death, go out partying, get dog shit sleep, sacrifice their sleep to go make some, I'm sorry, but just like straight piss poor change. Not saying I'm rich or anything. Not saying I make a lot, but like when I see people sleep depriving themselves to hustle or to go out and stay up all night, go out to the club at 6 a.m. trying to get laid, that shit's just fucking stupid. And it's so sad that society normalizes this. It really pisses me off that in order for people to have any sort of personality or be vulnerable, the only way they could do that is if they're fucking stoned out of their mind or they're drunk out of their mind. Like, surely there needs to be a sense of community outside of doing this stupid shit. That's one thing. This leads me to the next point. Community is dead. Community feels so dead. Your ability to go out and meet with people and just do normal shit and become part of a conversation, unless it's very spontaneous, like let's say you're on an airplane and you're coming back from, I don't know, you're coming back from your layover to Switzerland and you just have a random conversation with someone that flows kind of naturally. Especially in America, in New York City, it feels fucking impossible to do that. If you're not in a club, I've had so many experiences, like in a gym, where even then, especially people of the opposite gender, they look at you like you're fucking crazy. But let's say you're literally just trying to compliment somebody or maybe help them. Maybe you see that their form is good. Maybe you see like they're on the right track, but they could use like the slightest bit of information to round everything out. People just seem so fucking closed off, and it's so sad. And the only time it seems like people are able to not be that closed off is when they're drunk out of their mind. And that is miserable. And as somebody who's stopped drinking for the last, God knows, I don't know, 2 years or something, I've found it really difficult to connect with people. I found it really hard to find a mutual thing to do that doesn't involve either getting under the influence or spending a shit ton of money on some mid ass activity. And that is really fucking sad. And one of the worst byproducts of this is that as a result of not meeting similar people, as a result of doing everything alone, let's say maybe you're eating healthy, maybe you don't go out to eat very often, and that's like a very common activity for people to do. Maybe you're literally just a better cook and it's not worth going out eating out. You know what I'm saying? Um, you don't meet like-minded people who work towards the same goals, or albeit try to have fun together. And I think that weighs a lot on young people's mental health. And I think that's why they literally run to social media as a result and just consume bullshit. Because there they will find things that they're into and similar things that they're thinking about, but all without the actual human connection that makes you feel good about yourself and creates this sense of fun and like worthwhileness to doing activities. Another thing that really, really fucking sucks that I see, and this kind of ties into the sacrificing sleep for bullshit fun, is the cringe ass hustle culture. The amount of 20-year-olds who are trying to start a business, who are trying to do some sort of bullshit, it's through the fucking roof. The amount of 20-year-olds giving advice, and I guess I'm kind of guilty of this myself, but I'm not trying to speak with very much conviction. I'm just trying to lay out thoughts and have you think about it yourself. The amount of 20-year-olds that are just telling you exactly what to do. You need to do this to get a girlfriend. You need to do this to get jacked. You need to, like, bro, everything at everyone's own pace. As well as you don't have it all fucking figured out. And, like, what's the point of the journey if you can just skip everything and just go like that and get to the point that you're trying to get to? You don't develop any sort of skills, which is the most important thing that you learn from actually being in a community, going on a journey, like a really long, like trying to achieve a goal over a really long period of time and learning through people, learning through community, things of that nature. It's just really sad to see people like literally sleep depriving themselves for straight piss change. And they're like, yeah, I'm hustling, I'm grinding, yeah. Like, you'd probably be better off investing in your health versus making all this money on your own in this business. And I say in this business, most of the people that are actually trying to sell something online, they don't provide any sort of value. They say they do. They, oh, I'm teaching you this course. I'm teaching you how to day trade. Like, all this absolute fucking nonsense. Versus just like going out and I don't know, fucking mopping a floor, bro. Like you would you would make the world a better place by not just trying to sell bullshit. You would make the world a better place by literally doing things the old-fashioned way. And it also really sucks because I know for young people, especially people out of college, it's like impossible to get a job. Like the job market is fucking retarded. And that doesn't make it any better. So I understand why people are doing this, but I saw a video the other day of some lady that I follow, and she got into marketing, whatever, sales, and she's like glorifying this shit so hard on her social media page. And then somebody in the comments asks, "What do you do? What do you actually sell?" And she responds, "I sell mentorship for a day trading YouTube channel." And in that video, she looks so fucking sleep deprived. You can tell her health is degrading so much, but she is so happy that she got her first 10K month. Like, in this market, she's been at this for 5 months, whatever. In this market, bro, anybody could be a day trader because we're all up 250%. If you're not up 250% in in this in this fucking interest rate situation in this administration, bro, you're fucking retarded. And people who actually buy these courses and think this is how they're going to get rich, people who actually sell these courses, and a handful of people do get rich, it's because they're exploiting people. And it's just so fucking sad to see. Like, this hustle culture is so fucking stupid. Nobody's getting anywhere. People are just wasting each other's time, and that's time that you cannot get back. And specifically for the younger people who are getting caught in this trap, you're trying to be more mature than you actually are. And at the end of the day, because you're spending time trying to find this shortcut, you end up way less skilled, way less useful, way less valuable, right? In terms of what you can provide to other people, because you're not actually learning a skill. You're just being sold on this dream that there's this shortcut to get to this goal that you want. And maybe the goal that you want isn't that well thought through. Maybe the way that you actually reach your goal is through years of grinding and learning this shit for yourself versus just listening to some 25-year-old who like just started their business 6 months ago and is just completely grifting the fuck out of people. And in the process, by selling their solution, they're also just making everyone else more insecure. That is a very dangerous cycle, and it's so fucking sad to see. It's so sad that this is the state of social media. Because most of the people on social media are either posting for validation or they're literally trying to sell you something. And a lot of people just post because they think that's normal. They're just following the trend. But you don't get anything. You don't get anything from that. And like, sure, you could say I'm guilty of this. I'm posting this video because I'm sharing my thoughts, and I'm not looking to get anything out of it. I'm not like I don't care. If one person hears this and thinks about these situations in their life, great. But like, not everything has to be about grinding and hustling and at the end of the day, when people say hustling, like these people aren't making a lot of money. These people aren't making shit for money. Let's be real with ourselves. Maybe a handful of people that are looked up to are making a shit ton because they're grifting the fuck out of people and basically scamming a lot of their audience and making everyone more insecure. But these people who are trying to participate in this are not making a lot. I guess this brings me to my next point. The amount of people that are chasing the wrong things just to be accepted, like a couple examples that come to my mind is that day trading course to make money, selling people a course to make money when your strategy has no basis in anything solid or concrete, just looking at graphs and doing technical analysis. Like that has nothing to do with how markets move. Markets move based on fundamentals. Just because one day you enter a trade and you saw this pattern and it went up, that doesn't mean that's replicable. And the fact that people think this is how this shit works is so mind-boggling. No, this shit works based on what numbers are released on what day. What is unemployment looking like? What is inflation looking like? Are the interest rate hikes or cuts going to happen based on these numbers? That's what moves markets. And I guess I can't even say that that's what moves markets because I'm not a fucking hedge fund. I'm not an institution. Those are the motherfuckers that actually move markets. Not the market moves because, oh, this pattern appeared on a fucking graph. That is the most brain dead shit. And people think this is how this shit works. Another idea is the amount of people that are doing steroids just to be liked, just to get girls, when people don't even give a fuck about that. It's really fucking sad. People worship retards trying to be perfect. And those retards speak with so much conviction that it's actually dangerous for the young people that are being influenced by that. And it's just sad. Flat out fucking sad. Because young people are very impressionable. They will latch onto something that they find really interesting. And they'll consume it over and over and over and over again. And there will be some individuals who speak with so much conviction, like they know what they're talking about, but you will always find that they themselves never try to be this perfect person that they are pushing for everyone to be like. And it just creates such a fucking disconnect. It creates such fucking weirdos, bro. Because it's okay to not be perfect. Actually, people are going to like you more because you're not perfect. Nobody's going to like you if Everything about you is fucking perfect. You have muscles. What's another thing? And the craziest thing is, this is probably the most important part, but nobody pushes it. You have education. You're not a fucking retard. But nobody cares about that. People think that to be liked, they need to look like they are having fun in their lives. They need to travel for the sake of taking pictures and posting it on social media or on their dating app just to get likes or matches. That shit is so fucking cringe. And I guess the very last thing, besides worshiping retards, which I do, I do like that idea. Social media is just straight up worshiping retards with followers. And the very last thing that I guess is really ruining people's lives is unresolved family trauma, specifically ruining their lives and their relationships. So I'll give you some backstory. I went to Poland recently, and I stayed with my aunt for about 3 weeks. And by the second day, I want to say, I knew something was off. By the third day, I had a really good idea of who this person was. And who this person was is not the person that they were expressing. They A lot of people don't like to take accountability. A lot of people don't like to they're not able to keep that mask on for very long. So when it comes off, it's just really awkward interactions, really unfriendly, really unpleasant. And unfortunately, in America, once I came back, so I've spent a little bit of time with good level-headed family, which made me really think like, damn, I haven't had much of this in my life and it's kind of sad. But like this is what makes life worth living. But in America, it's really hard to find people who, one, genuinely are interested in you, care about more than just themselves, are interested in having mutual experiences. Hell, even just having like dinner together and talking about something that isn't what you can improve on. Which, for some context, in my family, my mom loves to make me like the project to work on, right? Which is just so fucked up. Every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, whatever. This is why I kind of hate holidays. Um, it's always like, what can you do better? Like you're smoking weed right now. This needs to stop. Uh, All of this nonsense versus just being like, "Oh, you went to Europe? How was it? How was this country? Did you learn anything? Did you have any fun? Who did you go with? Like, who did you meet? Did you meet new people? Did you get to practice the language?" It's never any of that. It's just like, "You're a piece of shit. How can we improve upon it?" And the really weird thing, my brother has gotten a girlfriend, and the girlfriend doesn't actually know that this is the pattern, this is the strategy, and she plays into it, which this is why I say unresolved family trauma ruining relationships is because she's not aware. But what's happening is she's becoming insanely unlikable because instead of just treating me like a human and being like, "You're a person, let's just sit down, let's have fun," the concept that coming from this place of critique, coming from this place of judgment, coming from this idea of I'm this maybe even if it's not true, this is what it comes off as. I'm this perfect person, right? And I'm here to fix you. That is probably one of the most damaging experiences for people. And I think that's probably why a lot of people really hate things like family dinner and family gatherings. Because I noticed like 2 years ago, a lot of people subbed during Christmas and Thanksgiving. And I think that has a lot to do with people who come from, I guess, traumatic backgrounds who don't have the best family dynamics. You constantly run into the situation where the people who are fucking up your life the most are constantly trying to make it better or fix it or give you solutions instead of just being there for you in the first place and treating you like a human being, which would literally make all of these issues go away in the first place. You wouldn't be demotivated because you can always come back to somebody and talk about issues and work through them. You wouldn't be demotivated because you know at the end of the day, even if you don't achieve your goals, you can come home and like somebody actually loves you or you're not going to get abandoned. But I find it a constant theme that unresolved family trauma really fucks up people and it ruins relationships. And it's unfortunate that people can't see that. And honestly, I think that is all that I wanted to talk about because this video is long as hell. That's all. Take care.